Well, Indianapolis-based nonprofit Purposeful Design is helping those living on the fringe of society to contribute to the economy by creating high-quality furniture. And a Jasper County company has partnered with the Indiana Department of Correction to give inmates real-world experience behind bars. Mary Rachel Redman takes us to both places to show us how the two businesses are helping.
Just pulling up to the facility, you see these tall fences, the razor wire. It's very daunting. Once we got in there and we got to hear the offenders and hear their stories, they're people just like everybody else. And we want to give them an opportunity.
And that's precisely what DeMotte-based Gold Standard Truss is doing at Westville Correctional Facility.
They gave us a tour of the facility. It was like walking into any other manufacturing facility. There was guys just working and working and working. And I talked to one of the managers and I said, how many of these guys would you hire after they got released? And he said, probably 85 to 90%. And when I walked out, there's another building off to the side, and I asked the tour guide what was happening in there, and he said it was empty. And it just kind of clicked. A couple days later, we made the decision to partner up with IDOC.
The goal of this new joint venture partnership is to teach inmates valuable manufacturing skills that they can use once they leave prison. And at the new location inside Westville Correctional Facility, inmates will learn how to build trusses like this guy.
What Gold Standard Truss is doing, they're actually bringing in a truss manufacturing company. So they're bringing in state-of-the-art equipment, making a very good investment here in the state of Indiana.
And invest they did, nearly $1.5 million, turning the once empty building on Westville prison grounds into a first-rate manufacturing facility about the size of a football field that will employ around 30 inmates beginning next month.
So is this what Westville will look like, the facility there?
Exactly. This is exactly the same setup, same everything.
So they'll be learning how to build walls, build roof trusses, and build floor trusses. We also intend to kind of expand that training program to framing carpentry itself. So actually how to then install what they've built and how to stand them up in the field, put them all together, and build a house.
When you walk into that facility at Westville, you would never know that you're actually behind the wall in a maximum security prison setting. It's got the most modern technology inside of it to build the truss components. It gives them a sense of freedom is because they have a purpose.
One of the biggest challenges right now outside of the facility is finding a strong workforce that has a good work ethic. These guys are excited about the opportunity to come to work every day. The alternative is sitting in their cell. We looked at that dedication that we feel we're going to have from the workforce, and we really saw that advantage.
Another advantage, increased production volume.
So this Westville facility is really going to help you out in terms of meeting demand.
Yep. 100%.
It'll basically double our current production capacity. So it'll be about 8 million in capacity that we can run out of that plant.
When you give these people the tools they need while they're incarcerated, they have a very high success rate once they've been released. It could really help those businesses out across the state that are actually struggling to find people to work for them.
Giving them that opportunity to learn and to go back into the outside world and get a good job, be a good husband, a good son, a good father for future generations, and not end up back in prison.
And another workforce lifeline for those looking to get back on their feet is Purposeful Design in Indianapolis. We paid the nonprofit a visit earlier this fall. From hard knocks to handmade furniture, Purposeful Design isn't just rehabbing lives, it's building some of Indy's highest quality furniture.
They're making custom furniture, beautiful, handcrafted custom furniture. We target men who have been through incarceration, homelessness, addiction, broken relationship, and who are ready to try and give life another shot. And we try to build strength into people who have really found themselves in a pretty weakened spot.
I became an addict, an alcoholic. Because of that, I ended up in prison.
Salesforce Tower nearly touches the heavens as Indy's tallest skyscraper downtown. And it was just 6 years ago that 45-year-old Jesse Slaugh found himself homeless, sleeping on the pavement, nothing more than an outsider looking in on the hustle and bustle of one of the state's largest tech employers. Little Little did Slaugh know then, a man named David Palmer would soon change everything.
David called me up and asked me to come in. It was a wood shop. I listened to everything that I was taught, listened to everything I was told, and just moved forward. All I knew how to do was read a tape measure. I didn't know how to build anything.
But that would soon change. Since working for Purposeful Design, Slaugh has completely changed his life around, getting married and having a son.
I am no longer an alcoholic. I am no longer a drug addict. I've got myself a wife that makes sure that I am straight and narrow and doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life, because I'm not just living for me anymore, but I'm living for her and my son.
There's lots of our Purposeful Design furniture is in the Salesforce Tower. There was once a businessman up in the tower admiring the furniture, and he knew where it had come from and who made it. And he said this, he said, "Isn't it amazing that the beautiful furniture in this tower was made by men who used to be homeless in front of the tower?"
Since opening its doors in 2013, Purposeful Design has grossed over $5.5 million in sales. And their clients include big-time names like Eli Lilly, Salesforce, and the Indianapolis International Airport, just to name a few.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that we are working here. They have to learn some real discipline, some responsibility, show up on time, bring the right attitude, learn to do the skills.
But craftsmanship skills are far from a requirement. Just ask 24-year-old Jamil Hamid, who came to Purposeful Design through Wheeler Mission.
I have zero interest, zero experience.
But he's learned on the job.
It's amazing. Best thing that happened to me since I moved down to Indiana, for sure. And I'm just trying to get my life started on the right track. Make sure you got a good grip and then press this